Have you ever felt distracted? Maybe building a goal, maybe going after your dreams, but distractions getting in the way? Is that if that's you, today we're going to talk about three things that might be distracting you and how to deal with them. And one of the challenges with us in our lives and building dreams is learning how to deal with distractions because they're everywhere, especially nowadays. There's more distractions than ever before. You see it on social media, you see it on the news, you see it with people around you. There's access to everything, therefore there's more access to distractions. And as time goes by, distractions increase and our ability to deal with them decreases, and they affect all of us in different ways, and we're constantly dealing with them, we're constantly being distracted, and they present the realities that distractions are a threat to our goals because they put us back, they hold us down, they get in the way, and they a lot of the times we end up frustrated because we let distraction get in the way of our dreams and our calling. Sometimes distractions even hurt our calling, the calling that God has placed on our lives. So what is a distraction? A distraction is anything that prevents a person from giving their full attention to something else. So you're trying to give your attention to something, but there's something else that's taking your attention from the things that matter. And most of the time we get distracted by things that are not very important, and they get in the way of things that are more important, that things, like I said, the things that matter. And isn't that funny that we only get distracted when we're doing things that are important to our lives and to our career and to our family? Like, it's very hard to get distracted when you're wasting time. It's like you only get distracted when you're doing things that matter, when you're doing things for your future, when you're doing things that if you do them right, they're going to benefit you, and they're going to benefit the people around you, and they're going to benefit even other people outside of your circle. And maybe that's you right now. Maybe you're distracted right now. Maybe there are goals and things that you're trying to accomplish, but you are feeling distracted by everything that's happening around you. And distractions can have a negative impact on your relationships, like I said, your goals and your leadership ability. And when it comes to this, I believe that there are many things that cause distraction. So I'm going to give you three that are more predominant today. So number one of the things that causes distraction the most is that we have too many voices, too many opinions. And today, more than ever, we have more opinions than ever in and voices in the world. Everyone has an opinion, everyone has an idea, everyone has an experience. And the rest of us, we have access to those opinions and those ideas, and it's overwhelming. We can be overwhelmed by information. And nowadays, everything is public, everything is accessible. And I think that is good when we use information to build us and we use information to help us. But it's a tricky thing because it can also be a bad thing if we receive overloads of information and we're not able to process it. We're not able to take in what we need and get rid of what we don't. But what happens is that a lot of the times we take all the information in and we don't know, we get overwhelmed with it, and then we get stuck. And one of the biggest problems that we have today is that there's too much information that are is too much for our brains to process efficiently. So we want to cancel out voices that are not helping our goals. We want to cancel out voices and information that is not really helping us, but creating FOMO, that are creating fear of missing out, where we feel like if we're not doing that maybe someone else is doing, we're failing at life. We have to eliminate voices or pieces of information that are making us feel like we're not doing enough, like we're not good enough, like we're not doing things that quote unquote we should be able to do because of our age, or because of the time that we're living, or because of what we study, or because of where we come from. And and the thing with this is that if you listen to all of those voices, it's going to start creating comparison. And you're going to, like I said, you're going to look at other people and wish that you had that, or wish that you were able to do that. And comparison can kill your goals. It can kill your dreams. It can stop you from working towards the things that you want to accomplish. And it will create disappointment. And disappointment, again, that can also really hinder you from achieving your goals. So we have to cancel out voices that are bringing us down. And the next reason why we might be distracted is that we lack a plan. So we need a plan. And a lack of planning also creates distraction. When there's no plan, everything looks attractive. If you don't have a plan, you will be trying different things every day. You will be doing something new every day, and you won't be consistent. So you need a plan so that you know what to stick to. You need a plan so that you know where to go and how to pivot, how to, when needed, how to move directions but stay on the same track, on the same plan. And I believe that this is the reason why so many people feel stuck, because they don't have a plan, so they don't stay committed to something long enough for it to work. And a lot of the times, what we need is consistency. Only if we worked it longer, we would see it. We would see the fruits of it. Only if we stayed on track longer, we would see the benefits of it. But if you don't have a plan, then everything else is going to look attractive, and everything else is going to look even better than what you're doing. So you won't be able to stay consistent. So let me give you some practical advice. If it's not on your written plan, don't do it. If it's not on the plan that you have sat down and you wrote about it and you determine, then don't do it, because it's only a distraction. So this is your responsibility to now sit down and write your plan. Write your goals, your plan, and then whatever comes that's not a part of that plan, then it's only a distraction, and you can quickly recognize it and you can move away from that. So develop your plan and stay committed to it. And the last one that we're going to talk about, why you might be distracted, it's simply because you're frustrated. Frustration will always distract you, because it will place your focus and your energy in what you did wrong, or what happened that wasn't what you expected, rather than keep your focus on the goal. And if you're frustrated, maybe it's time to go back to the basics. Maybe go back to your why. Go back to what it is that you're trying to build, and why. What's your motivation? Maybe it's time to go back to those things so that you can, in a way, fall in love again with the process. And many areas in life could be frustrated, including leadership. So if you feel frustrated, just try to simplify things. Try to simplify things. Maybe go back again to the basics. Think about one or two things that are the essence of what you do, and go back to them and do them faithfully and do them consistently. Do them consistently for a period of time, where once you feel like you have you dominate that, then you can move on to the next thing. So ask yourself, how can this be easier? A lot of the times, the breakthrough is found in questions that we ask ourselves. So ask yourself, how could this be easier? And just answer it, not thinking about, oh, this has to happen, or that has to happen, or money, or resources, or different things. Just literally just ask yourself, how can this be easier? If I did this, would it be easier? If I had this, would it be easier? So think about those things. And the best way to grow in this, like I said, is by asking these questions and being honest about the answers. Like, because frustration oftentimes comes from developing non-realistic expectations. So if you expect something that's not real, then you're gonna end up frustrated, and we end up making things more complicated than what they really are. So this is another advice to lower frustration, is to not place focus on the results, but place it on your daily actions and systems. So don't worry so much about the results that you forget about the daily actions and the daily systems that you have developed. If you place your focus on results, when you don't get the results you expect, you're going to be frustrated and then you're going to be distracted. But if you place your focus on the daily actions and the daily steps that you have to do, then it doesn't matter if you get results that you're not expecting. You're still committed to the action. You're still committed to the plan. And it's easier to stay committed to something that you can control. So when you're developing your plan of action, let it be something that you can control, that you can determine whether you do it or not on that day. And forget about the results, because the results, I believe that they will come with the proper action. And sometimes you can't control the results, but if you can control the action, I promise you, you will get better results. And I hope that everything that we've been talking about, you can apply it to your life. You can apply it to your goals. And I thank you for listening. Thank you for being with us on this episode. And next week, we're going to talk about another amazing episode. So we'll see you guys there.